to Chai Chat with Lavina. We are at Terminal 2 that has been voted as the best terminal in 2015 across the board, across the world. And to make it and actually sustain this title, Air India has decided to move its base, bag and baggage, to Terminal 2 from Terminal 4. Whether they do it or not, we're going to check with the passengers as well. But as of now, this is a historic moment here at Terminal 2, where Star Alliance and Air India come together to join all their flights. And also from now on, 25th January onwards, all the flights of Air India going from Terminal 2, the Queen's Terminal as it is called. And like a queen, I've had everybody lined up. Doesn't really happen very often, but there we are. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
From Air India?
Yes.
Huh?
I'm from Air India.
So what's the wow moment at the moment for you?
It's lovely to be in Terminal 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Why not? When it's one of the world's biggest terminal, and you'd love to be here.
Brilliant. Thank you. That is someone from Star Alliance. May I have your name, sir, please?
So I'm Simon Scoggins from Star Alliance. So I look after Star Alliance here at Heathrow.
At Heathrow, and sir?
My name is Christian Drager, and I look after the customer experience of Star Alliance worldwide.
Fantastic. So how have you sold this to Air India? What is the big deal about Star and Air India coming together?
So the big deal is being under one roof makes it much better for all the passengers, and it makes it easier for the Air India operation. You can work together with the other Star carriers. Air India have a lot of connections to other Star carriers. It just makes it so much easier for the passenger all being together in the same terminal.
Okay, now for our people who don't know really, when we book a flight, we don't really see Star Alliance or this or that. What are the flights? Tell me in layman terms, what is going to get better in terms of which connections, which flights? Name some for us.
So particularly connections between Air India and Air Canada. Canada are the main ones, so lots and lots of people transfer every day. And today, yesterday, they didn't have such a great experience because they would land maybe in Terminal 4. They'd have to come on a coach all the way up to Terminal 2. Today, they don't have to move terminals. They can just transfer within the same building, makes it very, very easy for them.
Right, so for all the Canada passengers traveling from Air India, going to Canada, all the transfers happen on this terminal as well.
That's right, all within the terminal, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. How would you make customer experience more enticing and tempting?
Well, you have said something quite true a few minutes ago when you said that this is a historic moment, because London Heathrow Terminal 2 is an award-winning terminal. It's one of the best terminals in the world. Star Alliance is represented here by the highest number of carriers anywhere. The only one missing so far was Air India, and for us it's also a historic moment to welcome them into the fold of the family and have them being part of the Star Alliance Terminal 2 in London Heathrow.
Oh, brilliant. So tell me more flights. Actually, one is Canada, as he said. More flights, which is going to be ironed out for the people.
Well, let me give you a number, because I think it's all about numbers. How many customers are actually going to be taking advantage of the improved setup, of the improved facilities? We have over 100,000 passengers a year which transfer from Air India onto other Star Alliance carriers. That could be flights to Canada, it could be flights to the United States, it could be to other locations in Europe. And whereas in the past these passengers had to go through 90 minutes or even 2 hours of transfer time, they now have a significantly reduced transfer time of 60 minutes, and they have a much better product here, a much more modern terminal in which they can spend their time at the airport.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much. I have someone from the High Commission, Indian High Commission here as well.
I am Saikat Sen, Councillor Economic in the High Commission.
So how would High Commission facilitate the whole thing, and what is the wow moment for you in this entire occasion?
As I know that Air India has been part of the Star Alliance since 2014. And of course, passengers these days are looking for modern amenities, facilities, and this shifting to this Terminal 2 will definitely benefit the consumers, the passengers. And I am quite delighted that Air India is part of it. Well,
Okay.
yeah, and our High Commission will do whatever is necessary to help them out.
This whatever falls into an abstract realm of world.
No, actually, we are there always.
What all can the people traveling here come to you for? What is this whatever?
No, basically we are looking at passenger amenities here, and we facilitate Air India. I mean, Air India, if they have any problem, they can come to us. We act as interface with the government,
Right.
and we see whatever can be done.
Okay.
Right now, the ministry.
So if I'm unhappy with Air India, I can come to you.
You won't have that opportunity.
You won't have that. We'll go to Taraji. She'll tell us how she's not going to give us that opportunity. But of course, a government has a big stake, and the whole politics is about.
Now, ministry has also launched that scheme of Air Seva.
Okay.
So we are looking at it in a big way.
What is Air Seva?
I mean, basically facilitating the passengers. They will be able to tell you more about it. In India, all the airports and all international flights, they are going to give passenger more information so that they can get over any kind of difficulties and all.
Okay, so I'll find out more about Air Seva from Taraji. Sir, please give me your introduction first.
I'm Pankaj Kumar. I'm ED Commercial with Air India.
Oh, fantastic. So what is this Air Seva, sir? I can ask you maybe.
So Air Seva has been an initiative taken by the Government of India, Ministry of Civil Aviation, wherein they've started with making a call center or a center where the passengers or potential passengers can send their communication through Twitter, to emails, and get information and get support.
Okay. So if I lose my baggage, I can go to Air Seva?
You can go to Air Seva, but you can first, Air India, if you're an Air India passenger, we have sufficient number of channels to, communicate to Air India. But in case you wish, you can always go and use that channel. Yes. We are expanding our network. We are inducting more aircraft. Last year we started a flight to San Francisco, we started flights to Vienna, we've started flights to Madrid, and we have increased the flight to London. We started gave connection from Ahmedabad to London, and in fact that flight goes onwards to Newark. This year we are planning to add more destinations from India.
What about Amritsar? When is it figuring?
Amritsar, I will give you a surprise very soon sometime.
Amritsar with him. Be the cliche and the stereotype. So let me walk to Taraji now. Tara Naidu is of course the regional head of UK and Europe here. Karta Dharta of Air India in UK and Europe. So if your baggage gets lost, come to him. Now tell me, why have you moved all the way from Terminal 4? What brings you here? What will you give us more?
So the main reason for moving is because we joined Star Alliance in 2014, like was told to you earlier. And Terminal 2 is the home of Star Alliance and Heathrow. So we also had to move here. It was inevitable. But we had to achieve certain milestones before we did that. There are certain targets, automated check-in, etc. And with this, what will happen is it makes it very easy for passengers who are connecting from one airline, especially one Star Alliance airline to the other, because it's in the same terminal. We have a lot of passengers who transfer over London from Canada going to India, various parts of India, Bombay, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Amritsar, anyway. And usually they come by Air Canada, which is another Star Alliance partner, to London. And that lands in Terminal 2, and they would have to transfer to Terminal 4, where we were located, to take the Air India flight to India. Now it'll be very easy for them, just like it will for other connecting passengers. They have to be in the same terminal. So their bags just move from one aircraft to the other. The passengers just move literally from one gate to another gate. So it's very convenient for the connecting passengers. Apart from that, it's fantastic for joining passengers too. As you can see, the terminal, you can just look around. It's a glass terminal. It's a new terminal called the Queen's Terminal. It's highly automated. They have self-check-in kiosks.
Better duty free?
I believe so. They have huge amount of retail. In fact, if you ask Heathrow, they will tell you a lot about it. They have a huge amount of duty-free shops, especially down below after you cross the immigration. And it'll be a wonderful passenger experience. They're fantastic lounges, and we will be using some of their lounges for our first and business class and Star Gold members. So I'm sure the passengers will enjoy this experience of Terminal 2.
What all are the problem areas that you've looked at and said, right, we're going to not look after that?
Yeah, so one of the biggest concerns when we were doing inter-terminal transfers was baggage getting lost. So with this change of being in the same terminal, chances of baggage getting lost itself drops drastically. So passengers who are transiting through Heathrow, chances of having any issues with baggage are very low. That's one thing. The other thing is we have a lot of elderly passengers who travel, those who use wheelchairs. It's very difficult for them when they have to change terminals. So here they have to just stay in the same terminal. It's going to be a big blessing for them. I'm sure they're going to bless us. Those passengers who are, traveling with small children, infants. It's huge. When you're in the same terminal, you don't have to worry about changing. It's going to be a much better passenger experience. It's like you see a new terminal.
So let me press what you said. Better transfers, because you don't have to transfer from Terminal 4 to Terminal 2. That's a big plus. Less time, more easier to transfer for all, especially those who are physically challenged and our wheelchair customers. More retail, possibly automated kiosks for, and so more technically sound terminal, and of course, no baggage lost. That's the biggest one.
Yes,
You're promising, Taraji is promising less baggage loss. We can hold Air India to task if they do again now. That is the biggest problem. Okay, now, sir, should I do the cliche? When is the flight to Amritsar coming?
Well, it is definitely on the cards. We will be examining it in a good way, and definitely there's a need from the market.
Yes.
We are looking at as and when we get more aircrafts and facilities available. This will be, and of course we need to have appropriate slots from Heathrow to be able to operate that kind of a flight. It is the requirement of the market, and we will look at operationally.
How soon do you think? Because do you think the third runway coming would help you, and would that be helpful in giving you a time span and when it could come?
Yes, the introduction of the third runway here would add to resources. And the resource crunch of Heathrow Airport and the slots, as I said, if we can get those slots, we will be very happy to introduce this flight.
Thank you very, very much. A wow moment for Air India, of course. And we have been promised that they'll give us better service in terms of bag transfers, customer service inside the air flight, and all that it takes. So you can hold them to task if you have any problem. There is Air Seva for that. But as of now, Air India has moved bag and baggage with all their flights from Terminal 4 to Terminal 2, which is a more technically sound terminal and a terminal that has been voted the best across the world in 2015. We're going to stay on Chai Chat, and we'll talk to the passengers, which is the real litmus test, I would say, for any airline. So stay tuned on Chai Chat.